Okay, so today we're going to do a pour, and it should end up looking like this piece of paper that I started with. It was kind of just a tester to see how it goes. We've got 4 different colors here and 1 white, and then I've also got a little bit of gold, which I didn't do in the tester, which is fine, but I just wanted to maybe add something if I felt like it needed it. This color here is the Artist Loft Metallic Blue. This one is Deco Art Dazzling Metallics in Crystal Green. This one is the same, Dazzling Metallics in Teal. This is DIY Art Minds in Mysterious. And then for the white, I didn't feel super confident with just having this one. It's a metallic white, and it felt like it was kind of transparent. So I added a little bit of the Liquitex Basics into it as well. And then also we have a little bit of gold, and the gold is a Folk Art Metallic. And let's see, there's 2 drops of this treadmill belt lubricant, and this is a silicone oil, and it's a Spot On brand, and you can get it on Amazon. There's 2 to 3 drops in every single one of these except for the gold. And then we also have Floetrol, and I highly recommend putting this through a strainer while you're putting it into your little containers, and I'll show you why. It's because it generally has chunks in it, so you don't want those showing up in here and then ending up splattering all over your paint. So I did about this much paint to that much Floetrol. This one, for instance, had this entire bottle of paint inside of here, and then it's filled up about halfway with the rest Floetrol. You're also going to need a knockdown knife, and what we're going to do with that is, if you see here there's white, we're just going to pull that white down all the way to the end. I'm also going to make sure that there are paper towels, and the paper towels are going to go at the end because I'm going to want to wipe down my knockdown knife when I get to the end point. So let's clear all this off. This is an old canvas that I didn't like the pour on, so I added some Liquitex Gesso on it. I cleaned it first with something called Crud Cutter, which is a pretty good all-purpose cleaner that helps a lot with oily messes. So I figured that would probably be good to get any of the excess silicone oil off of the painting. After that, I just let it dry, and then I had one of those little rollers, and I rolled the gesso on top. So it's kind of like a chalky texture right now. We're going to take some plastic cups, and these are going to go on the corners of the painting. And the reason for that is because it will stick to the table if you leave it there to dry. So that's just going to go on all 4 corners. It can get a little bit tricky when you're tilting because you might end up moving them and then not know where they were. So just be aware of that. I'm going to take the first color here. This is the teal color, and just go straight across. I don't want to be too matchy-matchy with my lines, so they don't want to be even. They want to be uneven. If I had like 1, 1, 1, 1, it would show up that way in the end. Next, this is the more sapphire blue color. And you can mix over top of the others. That's perfectly fine. They're just going to get mixed up together anyway. It's a beautiful kind of a cobalt / ultramarine color. And then the green is kind of emerald, and that's going to help break up all the blues. If you have too many blues and too many similar hues, it all just ends up looking like a muddy mess. It's just blue. This is the lighter color, and it's already activating itself quite a bit. It's really pretty. I think this one's probably my favorite. And then after that, let's take this gold and just give it some pretty accents. I don't know if they'll show up, but we can try. I don't know which one my favorite. This one. The edges need to make sure that they're covered, because as you go down, you're going to need it on the sides, not just to get all the way down to the end, but it's going to need to come all the way across to the edges. So this is where we're going to get messy. I do have plastic on my floor. I'm in the garage, which is not ideal, but it'll do. So you can see here, the cells are already starting. That one's cool. That's like a sun. It's already starting to develop, so I'm really happy right now. I'm just going to make sure I've got tons and tons and tons of white at the top so that I can drag it all the way down. Probably make sure that it gets all the way on the top edge too. And then throw maybe a little bit more up there. Okay. You have our knockdown knife. Very gentle pressure. Edge is tough. Well, that was not a good thing. I'm just going to pull right through there. There we go. There's one more here. There we go. Okay. This is my butane lighter, and the butane lighter is going to pull cells out, which I don't necessarily need to do because there's a ton, but we're going to pull some color out away from the white. This will also pop any bubbles that are in the paint, and my paint is newly mixed, so it's going to probably have a lot of bubbles in it because I was shaking it around so much. Now we've got our sides that we have to take care of. I've got a lot of paint still left on my Knockdown knife, so I'm just going to drag it down as well. On the sides. Steal some paint from there. Looking for any bald spots. We don't need naked canvas. I also don't want too much of a bull-nosed edge, so I'm going to take care of that too. Go. I think that looks pretty good. And there's not too much on the floor either, which is fabulous. I can use this plastic a little bit longer. I'm just going to move it around a teensy bit. Just so it gets some more organic type waves in it. Doesn't look just straight up and down. Shake some of that white down. There we go. Give it one more hit with some fire. And there it is. One beautiful beachy scene. So now you can see some of the nice movement happening. Over here, lots of color. And I'll show you the finished product once it's dry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.